up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got yet another swatch review for you. I'm super excited because I am reviewing the new Zoya Jubilee collection, which hasn't even come out yet. It's coming out October 8th, and the reason I'm so excited is because I've been trying really hard lately to do my swatches in a timely manner, and I'm finally ahead of the game, so pretty excited about it. Anyway, this collection features 12 gorgeous winter shades, and 2 of them are Pixie Dust, and then we also have one super special Leopard Spot textured polish. So I'm going to show you all of them right now, so if you're interested, then just keep on watching. So as always, I'm going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches. This is just going to protect my natural nail from staining. Okay, so first up we have Lee, which is a warm toned peachy nude. Looks a little bit darker on the nails than it does in the bottle, but I have to say, Zoya, in my opinion, does the best nude nail polishes out of any brand I've ever used. And I always think that the next polish that I use, I'm like, this is it. This is my perfect nude polish. But seriously, this is it. This is my perfect nude polish. I feel like this one matches me perfectly. At first I was surprised that it had that warm undertone because I don't necessarily think that's a winter shade. But that being said, I do think this matches my skin tone perfectly. So I feel like it's my perfect nude. I don't know. They just have every variation and undertone and every color. I love their nudes. They're perfect. And this one was fully opaque in 2 coats. Next up we have Carson, which is a light dusty rose sort of neutral shade. Again, Zoya just has the best nudes. I would consider this to be a nude as well, and it just has that really nice soft pink undertone to it. It pretty much gave me full coverage in 1 coat. I ended up throwing on a second just to get any little bits that I might have missed, and I just think this is such a beautiful shade. It's a really nice palette cleanser. It's a really good work appropriate shade, and it's also just nice for winter. I love having nice soft nude shades like this for winter because I just feel like that's, I don't know, it's like a time of like quiet regrowth and stuff. I don't know, I'm so poetic. Next up is Maxine. This is a pinky toned red cream. Again, this one almost gave me full coverage in the first coat. Pretty much all of the polishes in this collection were almost 1 coat coverage. I love their formula. It's so good, and you can never really go wrong with a classic red. I love that they have this nice undertone. It feels like definitely a Christmassy red, but you could also wear it in the summer. This is the second coat, so you can see what that looks like. It's just so nice and glossy and self-leveling on the nails. Just really great formula. Next up we have Alison, which is a dark fuchsia cream. This was one of the more sheer colors in the collection, but I still did get full coverage in 2 coats. Another just beautiful classic shade. I think this is a good shade for people who like to keep it a little bit more traditional with the pinks and reds on their nails. And this is also just a really nice transitional color from fall to winter. So this is 2 coats, and I don't know, just a really beautiful color. Not much to be said about it. It's not too unique, but it's a good classic. Next up we have Taryn, which is a duochromatic shimmer. Around the edges you can sort of see that it's like that pinky red color, but then it has this really bright, cool toned fuchsia shimmer running throughout it. This is not a winter shade in my opinion. I'd say this could be a fall shade, but I don't know that I would really wear this in the winter. Definitely giving me some 80s vibes. I think I would have loved it if it came out for fall, but doesn't really speak to me for winter. That being said, pretty cool color. I just don't know if I'd rock it in the winter. I'd like to know what you guys think of it though. Next up we have Cookie, which is a purple pixie dust with some amazing gold little flecks in it. Easily my favorite color in this collection. It feels like the original pixie dust formula, which is that really light sandpapery texture instead of big chunky glitters, and I love that they added that gold glitter to it. It feels so regal. I love how it dries down to that sandpapery texture. Obviously when it's wet it's just gonna look like a weird lumpy polish, but once you let it dry for a couple of minutes you can just see that color showing through. I love the depth. I really just need a full collection of pixie dusts with this formula that also have a really interesting glitter in them just to make them pop. Ugh, I'm so in love with this one. Wait till you see it with the leopard spot because this is it. This is the color. Next up we have Chiara, which is a bluish toned purple cream. You guys know that I can't resist a good purple, and this is such a stunning one. Oh my gosh. It's like that lovely, cool toned, indigo looking purple. Pretty much a 1 coater for me. I ended up throwing on a second just to show you what that looks like. I'm already obsessed with this. I'm getting Halloween vibes just because Halloween's coming up, but I think this is also going to be a perfect winter color, but I still definitely want to do some Halloween nail art with it because it's a perfect Halloween color, and I'm probably going to wear it all the time because it's gorgeous. Next up we have the color Danika, which is a gorgeous dark teal cream. Surprisingly not opaque in one coat, but I did throw on a second and I got full coverage with that. This is a beautiful color for fall and winter. I totally love when colors are just so dark and moody and stuff, but they don't look like they're black on the nail. This one is just bright enough so that you can see it's like that bluish hue, but it's still super dark and wintry and cold, and I love it. Next up we have Juniper, which is another Pixie Dust. This one was also absolutely stunning. It had a dark teal base, but it had a purple shimmer running throughout it. Super gorgeous color combination. Again, I was really impressed with the colors of the Pixie Dust, and I really hope that they come out with more that are just two-toned like this. This one was just a little bit less textured, I noticed, than the other Pixie Dust in the collection. It might have been my application, because I didn't shake it up before I applied it, and I know that the glitters in this one are a little bit more fine, but I still thought it was super gorgeous. The only problem I had with this was even with base coat, it did stain my nails a dark blue color. I had to wash my hands a couple of times before I moved on to the next swatch because it was looking pretty stained. Next up we have the color Kateri. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but in the bottle I wasn't that impressed. It looked a little bit too light and warm toned for me. I'm not a huge fan of those kind of browns, but on the nail it just looked dark and beautiful. It was kind of like, I don't know, like a tree. I don't really know how to describe it. It's very chocolatey, very beautiful, and I don't know, it feels like a good dark winter staple to have, and it's one of those colors again where it's like dark enough to be black, but you can see that brown color shining through, and it just looks gorgeous. Next up we have the color Astrid, which I don't know if anybody else watches The Office, the US version. I've never seen the UK version, but it's like the name reminds me of Jan's baby and it makes me crack up. But other than that, this color is gorgeous. It's like a really yellowed gold flake on the first coat, pretty sheer. Once I threw on that second coat, it did give me full coverage, but I think it would also give nice coverage if you sponged it on. This color is super stunning. It looks like gold, like a treasure chest. I don't know, perfect, very festive color. I feel like this would be a great accent color with like a wintry green or a vampy red for like a Christmas manicure. I just think it's so gorgeous. And last but not least, we have the Leopard Spotstopper. I'm so excited about this. It's very reminiscent of Crackle nail polish. It's intended to be used over the textured polishes, and it supposedly gives that leopard print finish. I tried to go as quickly with a light coat as possible because I know from experience with Crackle just how this stuff works, and you can see it just immediately shifted onto my nails. And I think this, honestly, it's crazy that this actually looks just like leopard spots to me. Like, this looks like leopard spot nail art, especially with those little golden flecks poking through from that Pixie Dust that I chose to use. I also wanted to see what it looked like with some glossy top coat over it, just so that I could see how that worked, and oh my gosh, it just looked more like leopard spots. I thought that was crazy. I feel like it was just luck that happened on the first one, but I don't know. I ended up showing a ton of other colors just so you guys could see what that looked like over the other Pixie Dust, and this is how it turned out. Again, you want to work really quickly because it dries almost instantly, and you want to use as few strokes as possible, and then it just makes these random cracking patterns all over your nail. It's like a nice matte shade. I also wanted to try it over just a regular polish just so I could see what that difference was. And again, the crackle depends on how you apply it, like how much you use. So just over this regular cream polish, I just went with a really light coat just to see what that would look like. You can see it's already drying before I even get that side off my nail, and that just dried super instantly. Didn't totally love it over a cream. I thought it just looked, it looks like a Crackle, but I also wanted to try it over this gold, and I went in with a thicker coat just to see what would happen, and it ended up crackling into like big separated chunks, which I also thought actually looked pretty cool. So it's very fun to experiment with this. I hope that they come out with the Leopard Spotstopper in different colors because I think Crackle could be making a comeback. I think it's super fun. Alright, so that's it for the swatches. Overall, totally impressed with this collection. I really love the colors. I love the Pixie Dust. I'm a little disappointed that blue one stains because I think it's so beautiful. And I actually really like the Leopard Spotstopper. I think that's super cool. It reminds me a lot of the Crackle polish. Obviously, I think it's pretty much a similar / same thing, but those aren't really around anymore, so I'm really excited to see them making a comeback. I hope they make more colors because I used to love the Crackle. Let me know what you think of this collection. I will put the pre-order link down below, and then once it comes out, I will switch that over to the regular link and you guys can purchase those. They also have like a big box that you can pre-order that has like a ton of extras in it. I'll also link that down below if you guys are interested. I think all the stuff in there looks pretty good. Also, they have the Zoya Remove Plus in that box, which is what I use to remove my nail polish. So pretty excited about it. But yes, that's it. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! I'm running out of these fun facts quick. I gotta just start writing stuff down. I used to only ever wear black nail polish. I've talked about that before. I was like hanging out in my sister's dorm room. This was like when I first went to college. And her friend like left her purse in her room and she had some like silver crackle and I used it on all of my nails and her friend was so mad because she was like, you're using up all my polish. So I guess my nail polish love started even before I really liked nail polish because I was really into that crackle. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.